Mondo and Ganyu argue over whose title win was better? I don't know. I feel like Ganyu's had that factor where she was facing off against the Agents of Chaos and the champion, and she came out on top. But Mondo's, I feel like, was more sentimental, you know? Whose was better? I can't say for certain. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Zenith. Toon Link Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalacars. Few know me as the man who's ready to lay the smack down for the millions and millions of yeah, okay, look, it's time for it. Most know me as the United States Aviator. Welcome back to the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It is the Danganlympics Throwback. And which sport did you guys vote on for second? Judo. And when I think of Judo, we talk about the fighting, and this is interesting because before, and if we ever do the Danganronpa again, which we very well might, we'd have the modded simulator. Back when we originally had the Danganronpa, we'd give everyone an item, an ordeal that would represent best the item or the sport that they were playing. Now we can just create the item for the sport that they're playing, which is very interesting, and I think that might be, because of that different aspect, we might end up doing the Danganronpa again sometime in the future. However, right now, we're not. It's season 10, it's a throwback season, and y'all voted for Judo. We got wrestling singlets here today on every single person from the teams. For some reason, Masaru has 2. But that's just because we'll just give him we'll make that second one a no item. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I asked too, because the copy and paste did a little extra and I didn't notice. But now he's got no item. Now everyone's got a wrestling singlet, and let me tell you all the teams who best fit Judo today. We have the Headphone Vibe and Masaru and Neku. The Selfless Saviors, Juzo with Keiji. Hashtag Spoiled, Togami. And Natsumi. Natsumi probably knows a little bit of self-defense herself. Wolfpack, Gonta, Razor. Brute Force, the team that would arguably do, not even arguably, would do the best at Judo. Sakura, Tinko, Dual Managers, Kanan, and Boss. The Jailbirds, Alice, and Ryoma. Cutting Words, Toko, mainly for Peko though. Kirigiri Protection Agency, I think Kizakura's got a few tricks up his sleeve along with Yui. Do you remember? We see Ryoka. And we see Vike here for the hand-to-hand combat. You know who else is here for the hand-to-hand combat? We're looking at Chie from the Bob Squad. The Bob Squad here with Mahiru today. Watching the world burn. Monokuma probably knows Judo. He's probably got a little Judo programmed into him. With the End Parsnip. Honestly, not for Genocide Jack, but for Turnip Boy. I think Turnip Boy probably knows Judo for some reason. Mama and Daddy. Midori and Hiroko. If we look at the Wall-Fed athletes, I think it's pretty clear that they both, mainly Akane though. Hina and Akane are here today, seeking justice. Taka and George. I'm thinking probably George, but maybe even Taka as well. The Apothecary, probably neither of them, but when if Seiko's taking a little medicine to make herself a little big, a little buff, a little huge, a little terrifying, maybe Seiko. And that's why she's here with Sucrose today. Identity Crisis sees Hajime and Kei. Carry On sees Shuichi and Kazuha. Friendly Fisticuffs see honestly, if we're picking who would be best at Judo, it's between the Friendly Fisticuffs and Brute Force. But where the Great Gozu's here. And he's got a wrestling singlet, y'all better watch out for him with Ito as well. Shatter Machine, Leon, and Ningguang. Ningguang, I believe I think she secretly knows. She's got some fighting prowess. God Mode, Yuta, and Azuru. Strong and soft Daisaku here, mainly for Mondo though. United we fall, Kaito and Mitarai. I think Kaito probably watches some Judo and would practice moves on someone. Grand Scheme, Kokichi and Claude. Claude knows a little bit of little bit of self-defense, a little fighting style, but Kokichi I think, cause you know what? Judo's a little bit of a mental game too. Beauty Sleep, Chiaki, and Ganyu. They probably played a fighting game before. Concealed Blades, Saika, and Edelgard, mainly for Edelgard. Royal Shepherd sees Sonya with Crom. Absolutely Crom. Unhinged Commanders, don't need to explain it, Murakata and Dimitri. Eternally Internal, Kyoko, and here mainly for the Raiden Shogun herself. Sour Patch Kids, Mukuro, and Crazy Hyoko Extra Large. Crazy Hyoko Extra Large, Retirement Home Tengen, and Tin Myoji. Himbros, Hero, and Beat mainly for Beat, the Mets. All about those Mets, baby. Nani Achiaki and Mizuki, mainly for Mizuki. Can't wait for Somnium Files 2. It's coming soon. Set of Pipes, Takamichi, and Joe. Mainly for Takamichi on that one, and that is the lot of cast who was here today. 35 teams, I believe. But only one team will come in on top. Or a tie, or none. Which we've now seen happen before in Ordeal. Hey, if you didn't see yesterday's Yeetball episode, go check it out, because it's a little wild and crazy. But if you have, then go ahead and make your picks right now in the comments, first, second, and third, because your comments are important, like this one, like that one, and hey, like that one, and get ready to comment and be there for the live chat. This Sunday is OC action and Season 10 begins. We're starting with singles, and then the very next week, we're rolling the tag teams. Get ready for it. It's going to be one heck of a ride. But I'm going to make my picks for first, second, and third. And when I said first, second, and third, I meant gold, silver, and bronze, because that's what we're talking about today. It is the Danganronpa throwback. I would be privy to pick the Bob Squad, and I would pick Chie, carrying the gold for that team. For second, I'm gonna go with the champs. I think Beauty Sleep's gonna come up close for another one, but just miss out thanks to the Bob Squad. And then give me Little Managers, because I just like Little Managers. I'm here for them. But those are my 3 picks. You have made your 3 picks. We need to get the show on the road. You see there's 35 teams. You know it's gonna be a big one, a big bad episode, or will it be a large one? Will it be super fast though, because everyone has wrestling singlets. And as I grab myself a jacket, actually, I was about to start and then I realized it's cold. I have the heater going now. This is just an aside, and I am going again, right? Okay, great. It was both 80 degrees this week and freezing this week, and the week is not over. Mother Nature needs to make up her mind, but so do I in deciding who wins this game, because it is time to get this show on the road. Gosh, well, there's been messy cuckoo around here. Crazy. However, I think it also might snow this weekend. I think it might snow. There's like a chance that it snows this weekend, and it was 80 this week as well. That's all I have to say. That's all. Y'all tell me your crazy weather that's going around in your neck of the woods too in the comments, because me and Mother Nature are about to be throwing hands. Let's go on. Let's go ahead. And are we good? Are we good? Are we good? There was one thing that I was supposed to change, right? Yes. You are not a champion. There we go. You are a leader, and you are bulky. Yes. Actually, no, you're leader kind. You're leader kind, because Taka's a nice guy. Taka's a nice guy. Put him in leader kind. There we go. Now for real, let's go ahead and start round 1. And we will go on. And that's a lot of orange to start this one, but that's exactly what I expected. It's round 1. Let's get this started. Let's get these horns going. Horn bearers, if you would please, just for me, sound the horns. Thank you, horn bearers. You bring a smile to my face every time. But what does not bring a smile to my face as we keep on keeping on, Alice practicing his grappling, Nane Achiaki not feeling prepared for any of this, Hajime kills Natsumi in front of Togami? There's nothing Togami can do. I mean, like, if that was Fuyuhiko, he'd be furious, but like, you know, it is what it is. Ito feels strong enough to handle anything. Hiro picks her with Nin Kolang in various places. Taka suplexes Mizuki, then suplexes her again, and again, and again until she's perished. Man, I just gave you the kind perk. That's not too nice, my guy. Krom and Sony get into an argument over who should be in charge. Tengen clotheslines Kyoko with such tremendous force, it decapitates her. Shuichi finds some other scraps. Hopefully it's useful. Hopefully it's rather caveman-like. I need to, look. I won't ask for caveman ideas, because I have a couple. I just haven't implemented them. I do want arena event ideas for this simulator. There's a couple in here that are new, that have not procced. They could proc this episode. However, you know, just you know, if you see someone bring out their phone and there's some mysterious app on it, or some terrifying things, some portals to other dimensions that pop up, they're sweet. The rest of the season Ordeal might be pretty fun, unless RNG is like, no thanks. Mukuro deals it out with Daisaku bites the dust. Togami sobs quietly. Kanan is looking particularly erratic today. Izuru seems unshaken by goodness gracious. By any of this, Boss seems, she's being adorable as always, it's true. Yui tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks. Succeeds, awesome. Seiko snaps, Seiko's frenzied. Gonta has found a Komodo dragon. I guess it is an animal. Seems like they've taken a liking to each other. Great. Kei steals Yui's tank while she's asleep. Sonya stares into the distance. Hina delivers a super kick straight to the chin of Kokichi. That man's disoriented. Not just disoriented, he's decapitated. Upon discovering that new power of hers. Her legs, she also super kicks Gonta. How could you? Genocide Jack, why? Azuru, goodness gracious, Claude, you took out their entire team with super kicks. Hiroko does her best to avoid Daddy. Wise. Mitsurai wants this to be over already. Sucrose. Tristan falls in a really bad way, breaking her neck. Rest in peace. In fact, her partner's Seiko and her partner's frenzy, so you know, maybe things will turn out for her. Sakura sneaks up behind Sayaka, turns freaking Sayaka around, and hits her with an RKO out of nowhere, taking her out. Rest in peace, Sayaka. Daddy tries to kill Ganyu, but Ganyu's a shotgun kills him instead. I'm lucky about to just make a shotgun perk. But we're not gonna do that. Keiji sets down a trap. Genocide Jack's lifeless body is writhing with magnets. Magnets. No, don't suggest, don't you, I know a lot of you, your ears perked up when I was like, writhing with magnets. Don't do it. Don't. You're gonna do it anyway. I don't even know why I'm asking you to not. Akane attempts to kill Neku, but Masaru intervenes just in time. Masaru had to kill Akane to protect Neku's life. That partnership. It's strong. Dimitri switches uncontrollably. Mondo sobs quietly. Beat doesn't really understand what's happening here. Chiaki and Ganyu pose proudly with their titles. Crazy Okosh large. Her bad brain takes her to an even stranger place, turning her more unstable than ever before. That's dangerous. Mahiru is ready to defend her friends. Peko gets caught in one of Keiji's traps, and all she can do is hope to be freed. Razor thinks about Gonta and sobs quietly. Tenko is determined to survive this. Kaito ambushes the big bear himself. Monokuma eviscerates him. Kizakura's got a lovely bikini. Munakata's got a shiny red balloon. Ningguang has a dimensional scythe. Oh no. Ryoko's got knight's armor. There was so much blue, so many item grabbing right there. Ganyu uses that title belt to hit Yui from behind, leaving her dazed. Juzo tries to kill Ryoko, but the knight's armor diverts the blow. Edogar practices her grappling. The Great Gozu looks around for stuff to scrounge. George and Taka's their fingers touch by accident. They both blush just a little bit. Toko finds Peko caught in a trap, and she managed to free her tag team partner. Turnip Boy's bad brain turns him into a horrible, terrible person. Kazuha pictures was eating cooling in various places. Yuda suplexes Hajime, then suplexes him again, and again, and again, suplex after suplex, taking that man to Suplex City. The end looks around for someone dumb enough to believe him. Ryoma thinks of her Dark Realm. Raiden Shogun feels strong enough to handle anything. Vike clotheslines Kate with such tremendous force that it decapitates him. Joe admires Takamichi's decisiveness. Neku twiddles his thumbs. Tin Miyoji is glad he can rely on Tengen. Chie murders Alice in front of Ryoma. Ryoma rushes out, but it's already too late. Leon's got tactical combat gear, and it comes in handy immediately as Takamichi tries to take him up, but the combat gear diverts the blow. Masaru rambles on about something nobody cares about, and 17 people have perished. Many of them to a super kick party hosted by Hina herself. But for right now, it is indeed a Claire de Lune 4. Natsumi, Mizuki, Kyoko, Daisaku, Kokichi, Gonta, Genocide Jack, Izuru, Claude, Sucrose, Sayaka, Daddy, Akane, Monokuma, Hajime, Kei, Alice. We're at 53. We still have plenty of people. It's not even the halfway point we have 53. Of course, if everyone's got these singlets, we could see a lot more of this. Yeah, we'll see if that happens, but we have plenty of other things that could happen. We could see people getting revived. Any of these people who just perished could be revived at any point in time. Even as I click next round. No, instead we see an entire team get taken out by Tenko. Tenko attacks Kazuha and Shuichi from behind, murdering them both. Ganyu does something really, really cute. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. Mitsurai challenges Turnip Boy to a duel. Turnip Boy bites the dust surprisingly enough. Maybe Mitsurai's not playing games today. Juzo sets down a trap. The Raiden Shogun sneaks up behind Mukuro, turns her around, hits her with an RKO out of nowhere, breaking Mukuro's neck, killing her. Pekko's mad. She's enraged. She's angry. Something inside of Dimitri snaps. Dimitri's now frenzied. Mahiru just wants to be helpful. George steals my soundboard. Wait. How? It's right here. It's the... Oh, just the stand? How did you get my... Gosh darn it, I'll just put it back here and hope to manifest again. George, you're in charge of the music, I guess. I guess. So, yeah. Finds a dapper suit. Edogar's smart enough to disarm one of Juzo's traps. Sakura practices her grappling. Neku finds some leather scraps just enough to be useful, and he's now a cave Neku. Crazy Yoko extra large, her bad brain turns into an absolute pain to deal with. Tengen sees the retirement home as a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. Don't do that to them. Nane Achaki hopes to have the Harmony body. Crom and Sony get into an argument over who should be in charge. Chiaki just wants it to end already. Vike fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Ryoma sobs quietly. Kanan is looking particularly erratic today. Masaru tries to kill the Inn, but the Inn retaliates and kills him instead. Togami gets another super kick party, oh god. Sits there with a blank stare. Kaito tries to kill Ryoko, but the knight's armor diverts the blow, but doesn't protect her from a super kick. It sure does not. Yuta looks around for stuff to scrounge. Mondo thinks about Daisaku and sobs quietly. Ito sizes those muscles, but it's not gonna work. That's just for show, apparently, Ito. Ryoko and Vike's fingers touch by accident. They both blush a little bit. Chie suplexes Ito, and then suplexes him again. And you know what? She does it again, and again, and again, and again, until he's perished. But Boss delivers some sweet chin music straight to the chin of Crazy Yoko extra large, decapitating her upon discovering the power of leg. She also super kicks Pekko. Takamichi, the key Takamichi. The key to solving it all. Hiro and Ryoko. Hina can't handle the stress after losing a teammate and kicking 5 people in the face. She's now a little bit more cowardly. Leon is looking downright tactical in that combat gear. Seiko looks for her next victim. Taka thanks George for being there for him. Joe twiddles his thumbs. Razor attempts to kill Mahiru, but Chie intervenes just in time. Chie had to kill Razor to protect Mahiru's life. Kizakura is proud of that bikini. Tenmyoji, wishes he could go home. Are you kidding? The Great Gozu has a flamethrower? Beat practices his grappling. Hiroko doesn't care much for those plays. Toko is looking out only for herself. The End somehow finds a suit of medieval armor, puts it on, and gleams with dazzling shine. Keiji is determined to survive this. Ningguang is sick of Tenmyoji being alive. Ningguang has used her wealth to put up a 20,000 Mora bounty on Tenmyoji's head. Munakata accidentally lets go of his balloon. Munakata is incredibly sad. We lost another lot. We are down to 41. And after this Claire de Lune 4, Kazuha, Shuichi, Turnip Boy, Mukuro, Masaru, Ito, Crazy Hyoko, Extra Large, Pekko, Takamichi, Hiro, Ryoko, Razor. We have 41 people left. Do I need to check everybody left? No. Once we're at 35 or less, I'll check, because that's the halfway point. But for right now, we can't dilly, and nor can we dally, in fact. I know many people love dillying, but you can't dilly without dallying. It's just a fact of life. But you can proceed with the action. Let's go ahead and see what's up. Will we see another super kick party? Will we see more RKOs, more suplexes, anything else? I don't know. Let's click next round and we will see. Kanan's got a chainsaw. Uh-oh. Yui snaps out of it. Kokichi's gone. Edogar suplexes Kizakura, then suplexes him again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until he's perished. Sakura ambushes Chie, killing her. Something inside of Mahiru drives her to fight for what she believes in. She's feeling a little heroic. Taka clotheslines Togami with a tremendous force, decapitating him. Neku, speaking of what looks neat and cool lying in various places. Vike follows some sparkles, discovers a magic wand. Kaito and Mitsurai come at Leon from both sides, slaughtering him. Ganyu and Chiaki reminisce over their title victory. In a fit of frenzy, Dimitri creeps up on Ningguang, slaughters her. The End walks into a very strange machine. His molecules get all rearranged. He's got ghost powers. Mondo uses that title belt to hit Tengen from behind, leaving him dazed. George uses my soundboard but gets it confiscated for playing copyrighted music. For shame. For shame on you. Ryoma starts sobbing uncontrollably. Seiko's frenzy finally dies down. Crom and Sony get into an argument over who should be in charge. Oh no. The Dimensional Scythe is now in the hands of one of the most dangerous competitors in the history of these games. Yuta is looking to send some people to the Despair Dimension. Hiroko hums a song to herself. Juzo manages to sneak attack Boss and Kanon at the same time, murdering them both. Chiaki still can't believe that Ganyu has killed someone while she's a literal shotgun. Nani Chiaki sneaks up behind a cowardly Hina, turns her around. She's scared out of her mind, but now she's just having an out-of-body experience as a ghost because she's been RKO'd, quite frankly, out of nowhere. Beat gets mauled by wild animals. The Great Gozu really wants to use his flamethrower. Tenko sets down a trap. Keiji is smart enough to disarm that trap immediately. Tenko, you gotta get better at trapping, I guess. The Raiden Shogun doesn't really want to, actually, but she finds herself having to grit up. The friendly neighborhood policeman. Keiji. Joe finds some leather scraps is just enough to beat Cave Joe. The Cave Joe man. Sonya acts cool in her dapper suit. Toko looks like she's on the verge of snapping and started when an alien device did what it did. He's Mitarai 10 alien powers upon his wrist. What will he do with it? Munakata sobs quietly. We're at 31. We're well past well, not well past halfway. We're like 4 past halfway. And after this Claire de Lune, we'll check everybody out. But first, for the fallen tributes. Kizakura, Chie, Togami, Leon, Ningguang, Boss, Kanon, Hina, Beat, Keiji. 31 left, 21 until your saving grace picks, but we'll check everyone who's left. We are at the halfway point. The Mets, baby, still have Nani Chiaki. Set of Pipes still have Joe. United we fall, completely in. Hiroko from Mama and Daddy. Watching the world burn still sees the end. The champs, Beauty Sleep, are completely around. And as we keep on scrolling, the Royal Shepherds having a quiet game, but they are still here. The Jailbirds, Ryoma, still carrying on for Alice, but he's feeling a little shell-shocked. Seiko for the Apothecary. Toko for cutting words. Neku for headphone vibin'. Seeking justice completely around. Juzo still remains for the Selfless Saviors. The Raiden Shogun carries on for Eternally Internal. Concealed Blade still has Edelgard. Retirement Home still has both members Tengen and Team Myoji. Bob Squad with Mahiru. Can she find a big stick? We'll have to wait and see. Brute Force still sees Sakura and Tenko. Mondo remains for Strong and Soft. Yuta for God Mode. The Great Gozu for Friendly Fisticuffs. Yui for the KPA. Unhinged Commanders completely in. One shell-shocked and one's frenzied. And ladies and gentlemen, Vike is trying to remember. But can these two remember without fret? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And proceed and see, actually. There's 31 left. One will come in on top. Wrestling gear, left and right. Who will come out as the gold medalist in this throwback? It might not be Joe. He doesn't really understand what's happening, and let me tell you, he's going to be a little bit more confused as Vike flicks his magic wand, turns Joe into a sheep. Sakura feels strong enough to handle anything. Armed with his flamethrower, the Great Gozu torches Toko to a crisp. Mondo and Ganyu argue over whose title win was better? I don't know. I feel like Ganyu's had that factor where she was facing off against the Agents of Chaos and the champion, and she came out on top. But Mondo's, I feel like, was more sentimental, you know? Whose was better? I can't say for certain. Ryoma is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. The Raiden Shogun tries to kill Tenmyoji for the bounty, but Tenmyoji narrowly escaped. Nani Chiaki wishes never to kill anybody. The Inn possesses Yui and walks her right off of a cliff. Edelgard murders Ganyu before Chiaki can react. Chiaki rushes to help, but Ganyu dies in her arms. Dimitri is looking around maniacally, seething. Munakata, starts sobbing uncontrollably. Hiroko, a double scans the arena looking for enemies lurking about. Kaito spots him tiny in the distance. Seiko tries to kill the Inn, but the Inn's knight armor diverts the blow. Sonya challenges Juzo to a duel. Sonya bites the dust. Yuta slices his scythe, opening up a dimensional rift before Sparta-style kicking Seiko into the Despair Dimension. Seiko, no. She's gone, but this is the bigger O now. The Archons see great potential in Neku and grant him a Hydro Vision. Here's the super kick party that we wish didn't happen. Tenko kicks George right in the face, decapitating him. And when she discovered she could start kicking degenerate male after degenerate male, she does exactly that, taking out Mitarai, Munakata, Kaito, and tries to take out Tengen too, but misses, and kicks Mama right in the face. Luckily, Tengen comes back to his senses, and so does Chiaki as she snaps out of it. Taka superplexes Edelgard, then superplexes her again. And again, and again. Not superplex, it's just suplex. But a superplex is a thing. And again until she is perished. Chrom clotheslines Dimitri with such force. It decapitates him. That's Fire Emblem versus Fire Emblem, but we are down to just 19. 1 in the Despair Dimension. Who will come on top? I haven't the slightest idea, but I can say with certainty it is still a Claire de Lune 4. Toko, Yui, Ganyu, Sonia, George, Mitarai, Munakata, Kaito, Hiroko, Edelgard, Dimitri. 50 gone, 1 stuck in the Despair Dimension, and 19 remain. 9 more into your saving grace picks. Can Seiko find a way out? Or will she perish in the Despair Dimension, or will she just be stuck there? I'm not entirely certain. We will proceed, though, to see what fate awaits her. Next round, shall we? And maybe Yuta will send someone else to join her. Let's find out. It is round 5. The Raiden Shogun finds a lovely bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. Yuta picks up looking neat and cool lying in various places. Chrom just twiddles his thumbs. Chiaki doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Tengen can't wait to kill again. Seiko avoids the dark trees whose branches reach out to her. The Despair Dimension is one terrifying place. The trees that we see here that take out so many competitors, they're ruthless in the Despair Dimension. Juzo sobs quietly. Sakura feels strong enough to handle anything. Tenmyoji hides in a bush from tributes, hunting him down. Nane and Chiaki can't handle the stress after losing a teammate and has become more cowardly. Boss, her lifeless body decomposes. Jax does as well. Tenko won't give up so easily. Neku entraps Tenko and Tenmyoji in a bubble of water until they both drown. Neku is $20,000 richer. The Inn shoots blast of energy from his hands at Chrom. Chrom is unable to survive the blow. Unfortunately, Vike finds a slingshot. How quaint. Must be useful in a pinch. A well-placed shot by Vike actually hits Taka right in the head with a disorienting force. Taka becomes dazed. Mayu scans the arena looking for enemies lurking about. The great Gozu wants to use that flamethrower so bad. Just use it, my guy. Just use it. This is really your match to win. Joe is a sheep and glances away. It's sad look in his eyes. Never forget Joe's a sheep as he's just around. Mondo tries to kill Yuta, but Yuta retaliates and kills him instead. Ryoma's just sitting there with a blank stare, unresponsive to what's going on. We got 15 left. And honestly, between these 15, it's really anybody's game. It always is, especially after this Claire de Lune 4. Tenko, Tenmyoji, Chrom, Mondo. So we have, I don't know if we have any more full teams. Well, we're not going to check right now. There's only 5 more until you're saving grace picks, and then we'll check. And don't forget Seiko in the Despair Dimension. She'll be popping up, but can she survive in there and find an escape? I don't know. It's tough to find an escape, especially with the people who are here today. However, let's find more into your saving grace picks. Let's see if maybe she can find her way out. The odds are very low, but it is indeed possible. Next round. The End is ready to cleave some invaders in his knight's armor. Seiko runs from the demons lurking within the Despair Dimension. I believe that the demons from the summoning circle might actually be from the Despair Dimension itself. Terrifying. We've seen what they can do in these games. Nane Chiaki trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking her neck. In fact, both Chiakis perish because Chiaki lays the title belt on the ground, grabs Tengen in a headlock, but he's like, I've held those titles before, I've done exactly this. He has the wherewithal to reverse the move into an RKO out of nowhere, breaking Chiaki's neck. He's looking for someone dumb enough to believe him. Juzo is looking for an opponent to fight. Taka snaps out of it. Sakura's got a grenade. Mayu's scanning the area looking for enemies lurking about. And the Raiden Shogun is also feeling heroic. Joe is a sheep. He's still glancing or grazing peacefully. Neku uses the power of Hydro to put out Vike's campfire and says, next time, that'll be you. Vike's confused. He doesn't even remember this kid. Never knew him. Ryoma sits there with a blank stare. The great Gozu looks around for stuff to scrounge, and Vike waves that magic wand around, sending sparkles everywhere. 2 gone. 3 more into your saving grace picks. Seiko's still stuck in the Despair Dimension. And it's a Claire de Lune 4. Nane Chiaki. Chiaki. Unfortunate. A day of Chiaki's perishing. You do hate to see it. But what you love to see is that we still have 13 competitors left, and one of them will come out on top of this. Maybe. It's possible. We'll wait and see. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? To proceed, let's do it. It is the next round, and we will see. Round 7 begins. And we are definitely getting to your saving grace picks, but who will be a part of them? The Raiden Shogun scans the area looking for enemies lurking about. Ryoma stops quietly. Neku, who's being chased by Sakura, uses the power of Hydro to wet the surface behind him. Sakura slips, breaks her neck. Joe is a sheep and wanders off too far, becoming food for the wild beast. Yuta clotheslines Judo with a tremendous force, decapitating him. Vike fails to grasp the gravity of the situation in the end. Wash the blood off of his knight's armor. The Great Gozu sneaks up behind. Ryoma turns him around. I don't know how he got the height on this RKO since Ryoma is so short, but he hits him with an RKO out of nowhere, breaking Ryoma's neck, killing him. Tengen tries to kill the End, but the End's knight armor diverts the blow. Mayu patrols vigilantly, ready to defend those that she loves. Taka suplexes Yuta, and suplexes him again, and again, and again, until he's perished, and Seiko avoids the dark trees, whose branches reach out to grab her. She has been able to swiftly avoid every single branch without them grabbing her, and let me tell you, they can grab you. And when they do, it'd be a Claire de Lune for Sakura, Joe, Juzo, Ryoma, Yuta. But that does bring us down to 8. And so if you need some new picks, now might be the time to make them. Now might be the time to make them. Now might be the time to make some saving grace picks. It's your final 10, no, your final 8 rather, technically 9 because someone's still in the despair dimension as we keep on keeping on. Our final 9 include the Great Gozu. This is a match made for him. You give the wrestler a wrestling singlet, he makes it to at least the final 8. Neku carrying on for Masaru and headphone vibing. Neku knows the power of partnership and he's trying to carry on for his partner. Can he do it today? The End. Trying to make sure we watch the world burn at the end of this season. He wants gold. He wants the victory. Can he do it? He's half ghost. He's got that on his side. As we keep on keeping on, we see Seiko. Kind of. She's in the despair dimension, but that doesn't mean that she's out. It means it'll be even tougher for her to pull off a victory, but it is indeed possible. Can Seiko come up with a despair dimension victory? Can she find an escape? Taka. Seeking justice. We made him kind, and then he killed 4 people. Okay. Vike is still around. He's still trying to remember exactly who he is. Well, he's just trying to remember where his axe is. He can't find it. It's possible that he finds it in the simulator, actually. Could he do it? I don't know. The Raiden Shogun. She's taken out 2 people. For eternally internal, can she carry on and get this victory? And last but not least, Tengen. For retirement home. He knows how to win for tag team action. Can he do it again today? Those are your saving grace picks. Pick them first, second, third in the comments below. Make them. I know you probably already made them, so I'm gonna make mine. Give me Vike. I think he's gonna remember today. I think Vike is gonna find his axe, and I think he's going to have one heck of a show to close this one out. Give me Taka for second, because his kindness apparently includes murderous intent, and you know what? That's wild, but okay, he's still my guy. And then give me Seiko for the shocking despair dimension revival, or rather escape, but I don't think she's gonna quite make it to the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your final 8. I picked my 3, and I can say with certainty that these 8 are standing tall. They're standing toe-to-toe. They're standing determined to win for their partners. They are standing with the same heartbeat, with the same pulse as that of... What's that? Oh yes, a samurai woman. Are you ready to see who comes out on top of this one? Will Seiko escape the despair dimension? Will anyone else take this victory? Let's see. No, Seiko's still there, and she feels like her energy is slowly being drained. That is the fatigue felt by being in the despair dimension too long. When you are stuck in the despair dimension for too long, you start to lose yourself. The Raiden Shogun patrols diligently, ready to defend those that she loves. Taka thinks about what he did to end up here. Miaya, who kind of wanders off and gets lost, never to be seen again. The Great Gozu attacks the inn from behind, murders him. Neku picks up what looks neat and cool lying in various places. A well-placed shot by Vike hits Tengen right in the forehead. Tengen becomes dazed, and Vike won't die like the others. The others being these two. Get a terrible turnabout for Mahiru. The end. Final 6. The Raiden Shogun. Taka. The Great Gozu. Neku. Tengen. Vike. But don't forget, Seiko is not technically out of this one. I'm surprised that she's honestly lasted this long in the Despair Dimension. Usually people perish. Will that be a jinx on her? Gosh, I hope not. Gosh, I hope not. But usually people are not able to get the RNG over and over again for the non-deadly versions of Despair Dimension events. Will that last? I don't think so. But it's still technically Samurai Woman by 1. Are you ready? Let's go on. Let's click next round and we will see. She's still, oh lord. She still feels like her energy is being drained slowly but surely. Will she succumb and perish? Neku entraps the Raiden Shogun and Taka in a bubble of water until they both drown. Neku's like, I gotta come out on top for my teammate. Oh no, the Great Gozu's got that dimensional scythe now. I don't know. They must just be all over the place from Season 4. Tengen snaps out of it and Vike sets down a trap. It is your final 4. It is Neku, it is Gozu, it is Tengen, it is Vike, and it is Seiko in the Despair Dimension, but for right now it is indeed a terrible turnabout for the Raiden Shogun. Taka. And so, we still have Headphone Vibin'. Want to come out this season with another victory. Can they do it? It's very possible. We still see Tengen for Retirement Home. We still see Vike for Do You Remember. We see the Great Gozu for Friendly Fisticuffs. And most importantly, we can't count her out just yet because Seiko is still holding on by a thread in the Despair Dimension. We've seen her dodge demons, dodge trees, but now the energy is slowly being drained from her very being. Can she survive for the apothecary? I don't know, but I can tell you for certain that within our final 5, it's technically your final 4 because Seiko, she doesn't exist in our dimension for right now. It is Neku, it is Gozu, it is Tengen, and it is Vike. All come what we like to call a crisis of fate. Who will it be? Let's click next round, and we will see. It will not be Vike. Tengen finds a bone and some arrows, and it'll come in handy if he gets some practice in. Seiko still feels every last bout of energy slowly seep from her body, slip from her fingertips. Can she make it? Can she find an escape? Vike gets cocky and ends up dying from a stupid mistake. That sounds low-key. I believe that would happen to him. Great Gozu feels strong enough to handle anything, and Neku looks for an opponent to fight. We are down to just Neku, the Great Gozu, and Tengen. Those are your final 3. But never count her out. Seiko's in the Despair Dimension. She could find an escape. She needs to find an escape. But it is indeed, first of all, a terrible turnabout for Vike. Seiko has had her energy drained for the last few rounds. Something's gonna get her in there. Something is gonna find her. I don't know if she can make it. And that leaves Tengen, the Great Gozu, and Neku trying to pick up the scraps and claim a victory. Who will it be? I don't know. And don't forget, I believe the Great Gozu found a dimensional size, so Seiko might get some company in a minute. It's still a crisis of fate, though. What will unfold? I don't know. It's the next round, and we will see. Goodness gracious! The Great Gozu slices his scythe, opening a dimensional rift before Sparta-style kicking Tengen into the Despair Dimension. Tengen is now trapped in the Despair Dimension. Seiko and Tengen actually team up and are attacked by a ravenous demon, but they're able to overpower and defeat it. Even with Seiko's lack of energy, having someone there for her is enough to help her carry on. However, Tengen has lasted so long in this game, his energy was already depleted, and the last of it was sapped by the ominous purple fog that was trying to take Seiko out. And once again, she is all alone in the Despair Dimension. That is how deadly the Despair Dimension is. And Neku's got a handgun. However, it's an interesting final two, and Seiko. After this terrible turnabout, 4. Tengen. We will see what will unfold. We will see what will unfold between our final two. We will see just who it will be. But before we see who, I'm asking you, who? Will it be Gozu, Neku? The great Gozu has held tag team gold before, but now with the friendly fisticuffs, he looks to win this judo match, become a gold medalist in this throwback episode. And then there's Neku, a man who in these games has taught the values of teamwork to headphone vibings Masaru, and last season they came up with a clutch win. Can those values of teamwork carry him to victory today? Will it be Gozu? Will it be Neku? Or will it be the woman who's been drained again and again by the Despair Dimension, Seiko? She's not out of this one, but she can't win from within there. If one of those two perishes before she finds an escape, she's lost in the Despair Dimension forever. Well, not forever, because I'll fish her out at the end of the episode, but like, she'll be lost for this episode. It'll be a shame. However, the great Gozu and Neku. Neku and the great Gozu. Will Seiko find an escape and join them? Or will one of those two claim the victory? Gozu, Neku. Let's click next round to see. The great Gozu uses his flamethrower, or at least really wants to. Seiko's still avoiding those tree branches. It seems that having the ominous fog target Tengen gave her a new lease on life, and Neku looks up at the tree and sees mistletoe hanging around. We click the next round, and just like that, it's all over. The ominous fog comes back to Seiko. Her energy is back to being drained. She's lying there, hopeless, in the Despair Dimension. Neku fires his gun at Gozu but misses, and Gozu retaliates by arming up his flamethrower, pointing it right at Neku and burning him right to a crisp. It's all over. Seiko remains stuck in the Despair Dimension. And one man who honestly makes sense. And you know what? I think he won the wrestling event. Did he? I think he won the wrestler. I think he's a gold medal wrestler, and now he's a gold medal judo. Hey, look. First and foremost, I'm gonna toss it up to this man after this terrible turnabout 4. Neku. And it's very unfortunate that Seiko is trapped in another dimension, which means the last person remaining from our dimension, the arena dimension, is one man. And that one man, let me tell you what it is. It's your winner. Representing the friendly fisticuffs. For the second season in a row that they have been together, they have found a way to claim victory. For Kuramata, for Ito, your winner, the great Gozu. You know what? You give, I'm gonna say it, I said it once and I'll say it again. You give the ultimate wrestler, a wrestling singlet, and he's gonna do what he does best, and he wins the whole thing. Can you say you're surprised? No, you can't. If you're thinking you're surprised, stop that. Tenko, 7 KOs though. Hina had 5. Those super kick parties did so well for them. However, Neko with 5, Boss with 5, the Great Gozu had 4, and he came out on top of this one. Taka with 4, the End, Chie, Juzo, and Yuta all have 3. Everyone else with 2 or less. Give it up for Friendly Fisticuffs. I do love that team. I do love Ito. That's my guy. I do love Kurumada. That's my guy too. And man, do I love the Great Gozu. He came into this one, he saw it, and he conquered. Congratulations to him. And bring up a tag team bracket, because they will be challenging Chiaki and Ganyu at the end of this season for those tag team championships. Can Friendly Fisticuffs come out on top? I don't know. Will it be Manga Mayhem? They've had one heck of a season thus far. Will it be anybody else who joins? I'm not sure. Next week. No, let's not even talk about next week. Let's talk about the immediate future. This Sunday, OC Action starts a new Season 10 singles action this Sunday. And then the next Sunday, this tag team action. Then it's a week off, and then we do it all over again. I'm excited for it. Pretty good chance for OCs to make it into either of the finales. However, who will it be? Who will make it? I don't know. I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm excited for it. I truly and sincerely am. We have some fun OCs this season. We always have some fun OCs. However, stay classy. Year of the Zenith, Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, Anomala Cars, and United States Aviator taking off. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.